welcome back to Dropped In. I am stoked to be here and to share a microdose hit of magic and medicine with you. And today we are getting dropped in. So most people are walking around in a constant state of survival, reacting to life instead of leading it. They wake up already bracing for the worst, obsess over things that haven't even happened, and let their past dictate their future. But zebras, they don't live like that. They respond, regulate, and move on. And that's exactly what we are talking about today. Get ready. I'm breaking down how your nervous system has been trained to loop in fear, and how rapid resolution therapy, aka RRT, reprograms your subconscious so you stop reacting to old stories and start leading your life in real time. Because you don't need to process your past forever. You need to clear it, rewire it, and move on. So let's get dropped in. Here's the problem. Your brain was never designed for success. It was designed for survival. It's predictive, not present. It scans the environment and makes up stories based on what might happen, not what's actually happening. It doesn't distinguish between real and imagined threats. Whether it's a lion chasing you or an email from your boss, your nervous system reacts the same way. It defaults to past experiences to determine present responses, meaning if something felt unsafe before, your brain assumes it still is. A zebra sees a lion, runs, escapes, shakes it off, and then goes back to grazing. A human experiences stress, doesn't resolve it, replays it in their head, feels it over and over, and stays in fight or flight indefinitely. The result? Chronic stress, decision paralysis, and a mind that keeps replaying old fears instead of focusing on new possibilities. This isn't just anxiety. This is how your nervous system has been wired. But here's the good news. You can rewire it. That's where RRT comes into play. Most healing methods focus on awareness, but awareness does not change behavior. If knowing why you felt stuck was enough, you wouldn't still be stuck, would you? So it doesn't just heal trauma, it removes the charge. This is how RRT is different. It doesn't require you to relive or talk through the pain. It clears it quickly, and it's automatic. It rewires the subconscious mind so your body stops reacting to old threats. For example, I had a client who felt paralyzed when speaking in front of an audience. Her body reacted as if she was in danger, like there was a full-on threat, even though logically she knew she was fine. And after one session, there was no looping thoughts, no fight or flight response, just clarity and ease, because her nervous system no longer registered speaking as a threat. It wasn't therapy. It wasn't mindset work. It was literally reprogramming her brain at the source. So your mind is like a computer. Your primitive mind is an outdated operating system, full of glitches, old files, and unnecessary downloads. Your advanced mind has the power to install new software, update the system, and delete what's no longer useful. RRT is the upgrade. It's like deleting a corrupt file So your system stops crashing every time you try to move forward. And so here's what happens when you clear the primitive mind. Your brain stops reacting to old fears. You stop feeling anxious about things that aren't actually happening. Your body no longer gets stuck in stress loops. You regulate quickly like a zebra. And you move from survival mode to creative mode. Instead of bracing for worst case scenarios, you start creating best case ones. And this is why so many entrepreneurs, leaders, and high achievers come to me for RRT. Because if your nervous system isn't calibrated for success, it doesn't matter how much you try to shift your mindset, your body will keep pulling you back into old patterns. So here's where most people get it wrong. They think they need more time to process, more time to work through their blocks, more time to prepare before they take action. But time doesn't heal stuck energy. Your nervous system does. Buying into more time is the primitive mind keeping you trapped. The part of you that says and stays in hesitation instead of decision. The part of you that thinks change is hard when it's actually instant. The part of you that repeats old behaviors instead of stepping into new ones. If you're here listening to this, your advanced mind already knows what to do. You just need to let it lead. And so here's my question for you. Do you want to keep reacting like a human? Or do you want to move like a zebra? Because if you're ready to clear the charge, get out of survival mode, and step into full alignment with your future, I have space for you. If you're done looping, hesitating, overthinking, and you're ready to make the kind of shift that actually lasts, DM me on Instagram at @meganweir, the word zebra. And I'll send you the details on how we can work together using RRT, and you'll leave with a completely rewired nervous system, a crystal clear mind, and zero emotional baggage pulling you back. Because the only thing between you and the life you want is the story your nervous system keeps repeating. Let's clear it. Let's rewire it. And now if you're interested in receiving a free complimentary RRT session, starting in the spring of 2025, I am going to be bringing on clients that I'm doing a live session with, and we're dropping it into the Dropped In podcast. So if you would love to receive a complimentary RRT session, message me on Instagram to apply and see if this would be a great fit for you and to see if it's within my scope of practice. But this is a great way for you also to receive RRT is through sharing the session for others to experience what RRT is exactly. Send me a message if you'd love to receive RRT as a paid client. Drop the word zebra, or if you're interested in learning how you can be a participant live on Dropped In, message me. If you love this episode, if you feel inspired by what we're doing here, it means the world to me if you left a review, a 5-star rating, and if you shared it with your friends, your community, and all the people. This is the best way that you can give back to fellow creators like myself. I am forever grateful for you being in the space with me. Until next time, I will see you here on Dropped In. Most people think scaling is about doing more strategy, more hours, more effort. Your success isn't about how hard you work. It's about how well your nervous system can hold what you're building. If your body is stuck in survival mode, no strategy in the world will make scaling feel sustainable. You'll stay in the cycle of overthinking, self-sabotaging, pushing harder while getting nowhere. Not because you don't know what to do, but because your system isn't wired to receive what you're working for. That's why I created the Inner Pharmacy Playbook. 143 power pages of real high-level strategy to regulate your nervous system, rewire resistance, and finally step into momentum that sticks. Because you weren't meant to build your empire through exhaustion. You were meant to build it with ease, clarity, and power. And that starts here. Go to the show notes and grab your copy of the Inner Pharmacy Playbook, because the next level of your business is not about grinding harder. It's about becoming the version of you who can hold it all.